consequences.
Okay, let's talk about women. Quotas? Does the Green have quotas?
We don't, because
Why
we don't need them. If you look in our federal party room, we have 50% of our representation women. Look in my home state of Victoria, we have 8 members of parliament. 7 of 8 are women. We've got a really proud record when it comes to representation in parliaments. Across other state parliaments, Tasmania, our only representatives are women. We have a gender balance right across the country. But if you can't get there through having a strong culture, then the only way you're going to get there is through quotas.
Quotas?
I think if you can't address it through cultural change, then absolutely. So in this setting, of course they should adopt quotas. I mean, they're not going to get there any other way. They clearly have mouthed the rhetoric, but they can't get there.
What about bullies? I mean, this is something that's not exclusive to the Liberal Party. I mean, you had your problems in Victoria, claims of bullying around the Batman by-election. What have you done within the Greens Party to stop bullying?
Well, obviously there's been a significant review within Victoria to address that specific issue. It is a tough environment. That's not an excuse, though. And you do have to create an environment that actually welcomes people in. Otherwise, we're going to end up with a parliament that is even more unrepresentative than it is at the moment.
So what you're saying is you haven't done anything. You've left it up to the branches?
The party
infrastructure?
At a state level in Victoria, we conducted a significant review of what went on and put in place a number of recommendations to prevent that from happening again. Strengthened our processes, made sure that when somebody's making an allegation, they need to be supported in making that allegation, and the process has to be swift, there have to be clear lines of accountability, and you deal with it so that you prevent it from happening again, and you create a culture.
Within your own parliamentary party, is there an issue there?
No, we've got a very, I think, a respectful culture within our team. The team works very well together. There haven't been any accusations of bullying levelled against any of the MPs that I know of against each other. I think they work respectfully with each other, and we're really proud of the culture that we've brought to the parliament. But it's a bigger problem. It's something that clearly is an issue inside the Liberal Party. You've had members of parliament speak out against it.
Is it clearly an issue though, or is it some people who potentially aren't, playing devil's advocate here, aren't used to the combative nature of politics? I mean, you can't say that of Julie Bishop, of course. She's been here for 20 years.
But she's made her views on this clear, and so has Julie Banks, and they have made it very clear that there is a problem, and we need to deal with it. We need our parliament. This is a representative democracy. We need our parliament to represent the community, and at the moment it doesn't do that. I look at the Australian Parliament and I look at the Australian community, it's like they're two different countries. In a representative democracy, you've got to have representation that reflects the Australian society. That means in terms of gender, it means in terms of people of colour, it means in terms of people's socioeconomic status, people with disabilities.
You talk about people of colour. I mean, the Greens struggle with that, don't they, in terms of diversity?
Really? You haven't been paying attention? Marine Faruqi, a proud Muslim Pakistani woman. Our leader in Victoria is a Sri Lankan Tamil. We've just welcomed in someone, a Vietnamese refugee into Victoria.
First
Aboriginal woman elected to the Victorian Parliament. No, we're leading by example.
Cases, but are you saying that the party doesn't need any more diversity? Because
no, of course not.
It's still dominated by white men, isn't it?
Well, no, it's 50% men, 50% women. We've got a young man, one of the youngest people ever elected to the Senate, a young person living with a disability.
Yes.
No, we've got a really proud story to tell on that. Welcoming Marine recently, 50% representation in the federal parliament. As I said, 7 out of 8 in my home state, women.